And this room holds the names of all Canadian soldiers who have fought and died for our country since we became a country in 1867. In the main altar over here, you have the Book of the First World War. And the Book of the First World War contains the names of 66,573 Canadians who died for us in the First World War. Facing that, you have the Book of the Second World War, and it contains the names of 44,927 Canadians who died in the Second World War. There are no Canadian products in this room. This entire room was built with gifts from our allies from the First World War. All the white stone that make up the interior of the chapel was given to us by France, and it comes from the Château Gaillard in France. The limestone altar that the Book of the First World War rests upon was given to us by Great Britain, and all the black marble in the room was given to us by Belgium, including the black steps we're standing on. If you look on the floor surrounding the main altar, you'll see brass plates on the floor, and they denote the major battles Canada fought in the First World War. Names like Passchendaele, Vimy Ridge, Arras-Cambrai, Ypres. Now what's important to remember is those brass plates were made with shell casings kept from each battle and melted down to make the nameplates. And then they quarried stones from that same battlefield and then laid them into the floor. So the stones surrounding La Somme come from the Somme battlefield. The stones surrounding Passchendaele come from the Passchendaele battlefield. So as you're walking around the room, you're walking on stones quarried from the battlefield where our soldiers fought and died during the First World War. If you were to look outside the altar, on the outside of the building, right over the stained glass windows, you'll see 4 soldiers standing guard over this room in a guard position with the rifle upside down and their head bent down. And over the Book of the First World War, you have 4 angels praying in constant for the names in these books. Surrounding us into the stone walls are carved every regimental insignia and every medal that a Canadian soldier has earned during the First World War. If you were to take a picture from the ceiling looking down, you would notice that the black marble steps we're standing on are shaped in the form of the Victoria Cross. The Victoria Cross being the highest honor Canada can bestow on a soldier. So the Book of the First World War rests upon the Victoria Cross. 3 stained glass windows. First one over here is called a call to arms. And you notice everyone has their weapons in their hands and they're going to war. The second window over here is called an assembly of remembrance. And everyone has their weapons sheathed, they're still armed, but they're remembering the cost paid for their freedom. And the last one straight behind me is called the Dawn of Peace. And that is, you'll notice everyone is back to what they did before they became soldiers. So farmers, you have one gentleman with a hoe, the other one with a hammer and a gear. So they're going back to what they did before they became soldiers because peace has been won. If you have any questions, don't be shy.